Welcome back to Bike Beat, and today we're diving into one of the boldest moves Harley Davidson has made in recent years. This is the 2025 Harley Davidson VR2, a bike that's not just a step forward, it's a full leap into the future for the iconic American brand. The VR2 isn't trying to replace the rumble of your granddad's Fat Boy, but it is here to shake up what people expect from Harley performance, design, and tech. So, if you're still stuck thinking Harley only makes heavy cruisers for slow boulevard rolls, buckle up, this one might surprise you. At the heart of the VR2 is the updated Revolution Max 1250T engine, the same power plant that impressed on the Sportster S, but now tuned for even more usable mid-range torque and responsiveness. We're talking about a 1,250 cubic centimeters liquid-cooled V-twin that churns out around 122 horsepower and roughly 94 pound-feet of torque. That's right, Harley's not just playing catch-up in the performance world anymore. This engine delivers immediate throttle response, a super flat torque curve, and a power band that lets you accelerate hard from nearly any gear. Whether you're pulling off the line or blasting through a sweeping backroad, the VR2 feels aggressive, confident, and planted. One of the biggest surprises is just how refined this engine feels. With its dual overhead cams, variable valve timing, and modern fuel mapping, it doesn't stumble or stutter. Instead, it revs out cleanly and with purpose. Combine that with the 6-speed transmission and a slipper clutch, and you've got a bike that's just as comfortable roaring away from a light as it is carving through tight canyon switchbacks. Gear changes are crisp and precise, and you'll feel the slipper clutch doing its job during aggressive downshifting. It feels sportier than any production Harley before it. The ride itself is also a highlight. Harley has gone with a cast aluminum frame to reduce weight and improve rigidity, and the results are immediately noticeable. The VR2 corners better than anything in its class from Harley, thanks to a low center of gravity, wide handlebars for leverage, and a chassis that feels tight and composed. It's still a cruiser at heart, but one that doesn't wallow or feel vague when you lean in. Suspension setup varies by trim, but the standard version features Showa components, fully adjustable up front with preload in the rear. The ride is firm but forgiving, it doesn't beat you up, but it's clearly tuned to support spirited riding. Now, let's talk brakes. Dual 320mm discs up front with radially mounted 4-piston Brembo calipers offer strong and progressive stopping power. In the back, a single 260mm disc handles business well enough, and cornering ABS comes standard. Harley's also baked in their full suite of electronic rider aids, including cornering traction control, wheel lift mitigation, drag torque slip control, and multiple ride modes: rain, road, and sport. You can really feel the difference as you switch between modes, especially in throttle sensitivity and engine braking. It's a welcome addition and something riders upgrading from older Harleys will really appreciate. Ergonomically, the VR2 walks a fine line. The seat height is a manageable 28.5 inches, which makes it accessible to a wide range of riders, and the mid-mounted controls create a more engaged riding position than forward controls typically allow. The bars are wide but not too tall, giving you a neutral posture that works both in town and out on the highway. The seat itself is sculpted for comfort but retains that aggressive stance. Long hauls won't be a problem, though heavier riders might want to explore aftermarket options for more cushioning. Visually, the VR2 is an absolute statement. Gone are the rounded fenders and classic silhouettes, this is a sharp, almost futuristic design language for Harley. You've got a sculpted fuel tank that flows into a minimal tail section. The LED headlight is a signature element, with a distinctive horizontal light bar that gives it a futuristic face. Exposed frame elements, matte finishes, and bronze highlights show that Harley isn't afraid to blend the old-school V-twin soul with a modern aesthetic edge. It's a polarizing look, but it stands out, and for a brand trying to attract a new generation of riders, that's a good thing. And then there's the tech. Up front, a 4.3-inch full-color TFT display replaces the traditional analog gauges. It's packed with info, speed, gear position, RPM, fuel range, and all your ride mode settings. With Bluetooth connectivity, you can pair your smartphone for calls, music, and turn-by-turn navigation through the Harley Davidson app. The controls on the bars are intuitive, with tactile buttons and a joystick-style switch on the left grip that makes menu navigation easy, even with gloves on. Harley's interface is snappy and relatively straightforward. Nothing to distract you, but just enough to add some convenience and flexibility. In terms of overall ride quality, the VR2 really nails it. You get the classic, guttural V-twin thump refined, but still present, along with the comfort of a well-sorted suspension and the confidence of top-shelf brakes and electronics. On city streets, it's composed and manageable. On the highway, it's stable and smooth. And in the twisties, it's honestly fun, which is not something you could say about a lot of Harleys 5 or 10 years ago. The exhaust note is deep but not obnoxious. You get that signature rumble on startup and a bark when you twist the throttle, but thanks to Euro 5 compliance and modern exhaust engineering, it won't shake the neighbor's windows unless you really want it to. Now let's talk numbers. Pricing for the 2025 VR2 starts at around $21,999 in the US, but that number climbs quickly with optional packages. Add in things like adaptive ride modes, premium paint, heated grips, and the touring accessory kit, and you're looking at closer to $25,000 out the door. But even at that price, it holds its own against competitors like the Indian FTR, Ducati Diavel V4, and even some Japanese power cruisers. And remember, this isn't a copy of anything else. The VR2 feels like its own machine. It's not a Diavel clone. It's not a souped-up Sportster. It's something different, and in 2025, that means a lot. Fuel economy lands in the 43 to 47 mpg range depending on how hard you ride, and the 4.1-gallon tank gives you a solid 170 to 190 mile range per fill-up. Not groundbreaking, but definitely serviceable for a weekend blast or a moderate-length trip without needing constant stops. As for maintenance, the Revolution Max engine has longer intervals between valve checks, and Harley is offering extended service plans for those who want peace of mind. That's especially important for riders crossing over from Japanese bikes who expect bulletproof reliability. So, who's the VR2 really for? Well, it's not for your uncle who only rides to the bar on Sundays. This is for the rider who wants a Harley but refuses to compromise on modern performance. It's for people who value a brand with history but want a bike that's relevant in 2025, not just coasting on nostalgia. The VR2 proves that Harley can still innovate, still push boundaries, and still build something that ignites a reaction not just from the rider, but from everyone who sees and hears it go by. Whether or not it will win over the Harley purists remains to be seen. But here's the thing, Harley didn't build the VR2 for them. They built it for a new generation. Riders who want cutting-edge power, modern tech, and bold styling without giving up that unmistakable American muscle feel. And in that mission, the VR2 absolutely delivers. That's our full review of the 2025 Harley Davidson VR2. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more deep dives into the world's most exciting new bikes, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Would you ride the VR2? Or is this too much of a departure from what a Harley should be? This is BikeBeat, and we'll catch you in the next ride. Stay loud.